Each and every one of us has an unlimited inner wellspring of spiritual power. You have the ability to transform, create, and heal anything upon which you set your heart and mind. Join me, Sarah Hall, as we learn how to uplift all aspects of your life through spiritual empowerment. Enjoy weekly guided meditations, spiritual discussions on a multitude of topics, and a chance to call in to receive channeled messages from the angels on your spiritual journey. I'm Sarah Hall, and this is Through the Eyes of the Angels.
Hi, this is Mary Kay with Illumined Path Life Coaching, providing you with coaching services to help you create the life you desire and achieve your goals. Learn what to do when a block comes up and how to clear it quickly. Have fun while you create the life you desire. Check out illuminedpath.com. That's ILLUMINEDPATH.com. Click on Coaching Services and fill out the form. Mention Sarah's show for a special offer. Illumined Path Life Coaching, lighting the path to get you where you want to go.
Hi, Sarah Hall here. I'm offering you a wonderful new opportunity to expose your business to my audience. Email the Bring Me to Life team at ads@sarahhall.com and let us know if you'd be interested in this special offer. You can feel great about supporting a message you believe in while bringing your own services to light. Again, email us at ads@sarahhall.com for more details.
Hi, everyone. I can't tell you how much I have been so looking forward to our angel party together today. On today's episode of Through the Eyes of the Angels, we're going to be devoting the whole hour to angel readings. And it looks like we already have many of you lined up on the phone and who have submitted some reading requests via text and the Bring Me to Life chat room. And if you would also like an angel reading today, you can call or text in at 240-979-6366 or submit your request in the Bring Me to Life chat room on bringmetolife.com/radio and scroll right down to the chat area. Before we begin our angel readings, I would like to bring us together in a centering meditation to help open your receptivity to feeling the angel's presence. If you've ever gotten a private reading or healing session with me before, you'll know that this is what I like to do at the beginning of every session, every time I connect with the angels, to set the tone and create sacred space around connecting with the divine. The angels have taught me that absolutely every human being is able to communicate with them and feel their love. It really simply takes openness and receptivity to be able to do so. And since for most of us that receptivity takes practice, I know it certainly does for me, let's practice opening our hearts to the angels' incredible divine love right now so that as each of us receive our readings, as you listen to other people's readings, you can feel the angels making their way into your heart. So let's take a moment to get comfortable in a quiet space, and we'll begin. Breathing deeply. Calm your body and allow as every muscle and joint sinks into a very soft and still state of being. Every breath gently relaxes the heartbeat more and more, signaling the body to become restful and receptive. The angels are channeling a soft, healing pink and purple colored light towards us now. Breathe that healing light in. Feeling as it moves in through the top of the head, the crown chakra, the center of the forehead at the third eye, through the throat chakra, Feeling the heart chakra blossoming, drinking this energy in. And feeling the solar plexus opening in the belly region, blossoming open to receive the healing light of the angels as their peace emerges with every thought and feeling within your being. The light also flows in through your sacral chakra in the pelvic region, igniting your inner fire of presence and inspiration. And breathing that light down into the root chakra at the tailbone. Feeling as every energy center, every particle of your being fills up with this healing light now. Your spinal column is like a divine highway of light and high vibrational information floating down from the realm of the angels into the realm of the earth. As you hold this energy within your being, simply feel the following intention resonating in your heart. I am willing to receive the light, consciousness, and wisdom of the angels now. I allow myself to be an instrument of divine love. I allow myself to receive the angel's presence now. And breathe deeply, feeling the way in which all of these beautiful intentions integrate the angel's energy more deeply with yours. We'll now take a moment to call in your guides and angels, asking them to stand in a circle of light around you. Mentally gazing around you, you can see and feel all of your angels and guides standing shoulder to shoulder, lifting their hands and opening their hearts as they channel their guidance and their love and healing into every area of your life. Feel incredible support coming in from all directions around you. And simply surrender to it. Thinking the thought, I allow this. I allow the angels in. You may now take a moment to ask the angels a question or to hold a healing request in your heart. We're all going to affirm that the messages that the angels give us today are truly for all of us. What comes through is meant for us. The angels taking care of everyone. Thank you, angels, for being here. With that, we'll take in one more deep, healing breath, gathering the angel's light into the belly. And on the exhale, feeling the angel's light rushing out through the legs, through the feet, grounding back into the earth. Gently open your eyes, shifting back into the here and now. Beautiful. Thank you so much for connecting in our meditation. When we connect together like that, it is truly a collective process of lifting energy, whether you're listening to this live or on a recording. And the healing intentions that you placed into that meditation, I truly believe they shape the kinds of messages that the angels choose to help deliver us, and they're for everyone. So with no further ado, let's go ahead and dive into our readings. Today, I'm going to be working with a nice big variety of different oracle card decks, and I think we'll just let the angels intuitively guide which deck to use for each reading. So let's see, angels, where do we want to go first? Okay, we've got a lot. So let's go ahead and start with, we've got a reading request coming in from Jenny. So Jenny is communicating that she's currently struggling with overcoming some negative thought patterns. She says that she feels like her outside world is doing better than ever, but she's still struggling to appreciate what's in front of her and maybe not succumb to the anxious thoughts. So she's asking the angels for advice and wisdom on this, on shifting thoughts. So, oh my gosh, Jenny, thank you so much for sending this request in, because I'm actually feeling the angels really, really hammer in the thought that this really is for everyone. They want you to know, as we're looking at your energy field, that there are actually healing transformations that are meant for you at this time in your life. In other words, it's as if we're standing at the threshold of a change, a spiritual change, a change of consciousness. And the fact that you are able to really be able to be aware, self-aware of the anxious thoughts, and to stand outside of them and to say, yes, this is something that I want to ascend beyond, that right there is already a step. That right there, already from the angels' perspective, at least, they're showing us, represents a change, a big change. And what they want you to do is to go ahead and to merge with them, to merge with the angels in efforts to release the negative thought patterns so that you can scaffold into this higher state of spiritual awareness that, again, is meant for you at this time in your life. You have arrived to it, and it will only continue to bring you more blessings in both your inner and outer world, I'm hearing the angels say. Specifically right now, Jenny, we've got Archangel Gabriel with us right now, which is wonderful because Gabriel is an energy that helps us with birthing things, bringing new things in. Sometimes I see Gabriel around parents and children, also around communication, the need to shift communication, which would include thought patterns. So it makes perfect sense that you've got Gabriel with you. And Gabriel is standing next to Archangel Michael. And Archangel Michael is saying, give us the worry-based or negative-based thinking. Every time you notice one of these anxious thought patterns starting to come in, which you've already been able to do, you've already mastered sometimes what for most of us is the most difficult part. Once you do that, breathe. Imagine the light becoming sort of like a bubble around the thought or the thought pattern. And then imagine that you're handing that thought bubble over to the angels, like handing them a little melon. And say to the angels, I give this to you. I release this. In fact, I even cancel this thought out. This is not the thought that I want to believe in. I cancel this. I clear this. I release this to you, angels. And then once you feel yourself having released the thought and the energy that's connected with it, just take a moment to pause, to breathe and pause and to become calm, and to ask the angels to help you to replace the energy of the negative thought with the truth, with the divine truth. And the angels are saying that they will help you to do that. So they're saying every worry they wish for you to change into a prayer where you're affirming the opposite of what the worry was. You're affirming the positive, in other words, because in doing so, what you're saying to heaven and what you're saying to the universe and what you're even saying to yourself is, I open the doors in my heart, in my life, to allow that highest intention, to allow that prayer to become so, to allow that positive affirmation to be my reality. I allow it to be. And then the divine does the work for you oftentimes. We don't always have to reinvent the wheel in terms of figuring out how to navigate every single step out of the woods of anxiety and, kind of negative thinking. Sometimes it just comes for us. So the cards that I pulled for you today, Jenny, are coming to us from the Sacred Traveler Oracle card deck by Denise Lynn. And it's amazing because the first two cards kind of show us where the anxious thoughts maybe kind of came from. We've got two cards crossing each other. We've got the fogged in card, fogged in. So that's sort of like a card that represents that we've got fog around us, mental fog that can make it difficult for us to see clearly. And then we have the distant thunder card as the crossing card, representing that there's a need to clear the air, but that the thunder, even though it's a loud sound, just like the anxious thought is a loud sound or a troubling sound perhaps, it can't hurt us. The angels are saying, clear the air. You are so right to reach for clearing the air energetically. They're also saying move very slowly and move very patiently with yourself through this process. That takes us to the next and final cards that we have. And this is amazing. You've got the first light card crossed with the card called Reaching Your Destination. So what the first light card represents is the beginning of a brand new cycle. Okay, I don't know about you, but I've got chills already, because the angels told us this right at the beginning of the reading. They said, you, Jenny, are on your way to beginning a brand new energy cycle, a brand new spiritual cycle of lessons, a new way of seeing in your life. So welcome that first light in. Welcome hope in. And the more, again, that you just sometimes drill affirmations and beliefs of hope into your mind, the more they become programmed there. And the angels want us all to know that you don't even have to always, first off, believe the positive affirmation that you're saying. You can just say it in the hope that you will believe it, and the hope that it will become true. Because just that tiny little flicker of desire to bring that destination of hope into your life is oftentimes enough to start the miracle. Again, to let God take over and to give you the consciousness of this pure love and this pure feeling well and seeing the truth. You're asking to see the truth, and so you will. Asking, you will receive. The Reaching Your Destination card is a card that's saying that, yes, your light is shining very brightly and you are on your way. This is your angel's way of saying that you are assured to reach a transformation. And it's amazing because the image in this card is the butterfly. And I think that's such an amazing image and symbol to leave you off with, Jenny, the butterfly, because a butterfly represents transforming so radically that you look completely different than you did before in terms of the way that your consciousness works. So differently, in fact, that you become lighter than the air and you're able to fly. And the angels are assuring that for you. They ask you to reach out every single day, drill these new ways of thinking, and the pathways will eventually become habit. The positive, new, light uplifted, divinely truthful pathways will become habit and reality. Okay, thank you, Jenny. It looks as if we have a caller on. Hi, caller. Thank you so much for being with us today. If you could just tell us your first name and where you're calling from today.
Hi, Sarah. How are you? My name is Alexis.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, I'm so excited that I get to talk to you.
Great, me too. Thank you so much for calling in. What would you like to ask the angels about today?
First, I'd like to say that you did a reading for me about 6 months ago, and everything you said was right spot on, so thank you very much. Today, I would just like to ask the angels what they see coming up for me.
Okay, wonderful. Well, thank you, Alexis. I'm so glad that the angels' messages just resonated so well before. That makes me so happy. Let's pull some cards and see who's around you today. Ooh, I'm getting a big, fresh energy coming in from Archangel Jophiel, who is the angel of beauty. And she's breathing new life. And excitement into your life right now. She's saying creativity and starting new projects and running with them is such a wonderful thing to do at this time. This will illuminate so many things. And she's actually showing us that you're starting to manifest things more quickly than ever before. It's like this very fast, beautiful path of manifestation that you're on because you've uplifted into this new way of thinking in this new, very light, very conscious space that expects the best, that expects, even more positive things than ever before. You're seeing in the light. So that's wonderful. I'm turning over your cards now. And this is beautiful. So, okay, the cards we have are from a deck called the Work Your Light Oracle cards by Rebecca Campbell. These are such beautiful cards. And the first card that we have is a card that says, don't dim to fit in. And this is amazing because this is a card that is all about being unique and, again, being creative. So just like Jophiel was showing us, there's this sense of shine your light, let your creativity just run through. Go ahead and focus on your dreams and what it is you'd like to manifest with creative passion, and know that these things are about to come to fruition. There are things that are manifesting amazingly. So that, be yourself. And also I'm hearing her say, Jophiel, walk an independent path right now. Don't be afraid to be very, very independent of other people around you, to maybe take a different stance, a different approach, a different opinion on the things that you're working on. And even to go outside of the advice that you're getting from the people around you. It's okay to do that. It feels like that trusting of your intuition takes us to good places. The second card, we have a card called Trust the Niggle, which is a card that represents trust that little feeling that's sometimes in the back of your head that's coming from your intuition, telling you repeatedly, go this way, keep going, do this. This is a card that says your intuition has been growing. The angels are saying it really has been. You've been blossoming so much, and that it is helpful for you to continue to follow your intuition by taking action steps, especially any big divinely guided ideas that you have to do things that are creative or to work on your life purpose. This feels like a chapter in life where you might really be discovering new facets of your life purpose, and that feels so good. And we have a very, very intriguing card as the final card for you. This is a card called Starseed. Starseed. So oftentimes when we think of the concept of starseed, it represents someone who has a soul that has had an arc of many adventures throughout many different lifetimes, that perhaps sometimes have taken them to lifetimes that are not just, human lifetimes on planet Earth, but perhaps where your soul has witnessed things out in the universe, has been among the stars, or has, known things, has developed wisdom. And the angels are saying that this life purpose stuff that they're talking about, all of this beauty and creativity and positive manifestation, these things are going to be based upon the unique consciousness that you have that actually comes from this soul wisdom that you have, this ancient star stuff that is already there implanted inside of you. Your angels are saying, old soul, she's an old soul. So again, trust your wisdom. And again, that sometimes means that you've got to take the independent path. It's different than other people. You'll know better, than perhaps they know how to navigate certain situations coming ahead. Anyways, you know a little better now because you're following your wisdom. So it looks like there's a lot of exciting things that you'll be creating. Any thoughts or questions on that so far?
Oh, that was actually so interesting because I really, truly, Sarah, I feel like I'm from a different planet, a planet where there's like no war, everyone's happy, everyone loves. So I do sometimes, honestly, I feel like I'm from a different planet.
Wow. Oh my gosh, I just got tingles go all the way down my arms. Yes, I feel your angels nodding their heads yes, assuring that for you. They're saying absolutely. And they're saying thank you to you too. Thank you for choosing planet Earth. Thank you choosing for this life, because this is a lifetime where, you've got the ability to light up your little corner of the universe by bringing the perspective that your soul has had in these other places where there is no such thing as war and the conflict and all of that. And you can shine that kind of perspective and that kind of hope here and say, yeah, that's possible. And just to be here, just by virtue of being here, the angels are saying that in itself is enough to bring blessings to the world. Just being here with your perspective and sharing with other people, that is already a gift. So you've got a lot of gratitude from your angels. That's amazing.
Oh, thank you so much. You totally made my day. Thank you so much, Sarah.
You are so welcome, Alexis. Thank you so much for calling in today, and I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right, guys, let's see who we have next. We've got a nice long list of the different texts coming through. Let's see, who do we want to go to next? Let's go down to Iris. We've got a request that has come in from Iris Flowers. And she says, so I wasted many chances to love and be loved. And now that I'm feeling truly engaged with heaven, oh, I love that. She says she wonders if she'll have that chance again to love. Love is my question mark, and what's in store for me? Well, Iris, I love answering these kinds of questions, the inner romantic in me. So let's see what the angels would like to give us. They're asking us to go to an oracle card deck called the Spirit Animal Oracle Card Deck by Colette Baron Reed. So we're going to shuffle some cards from this. And this is amazing. Okay, you have two angels really strong with you, Iris. I'm seeing Archangel Raphael and Archangel Chamuel together today. These two angels are a dream team when it comes to connecting with your soulmate and being able to recognize them when they come and to have love and readiness available in your heart when they arrive in your life. Chamuel is the angel of the heart and is an expert at opening the heart and helping us to master lessons of emotional growth and emotional healing, and also happens to be the sight of God. Chamuel is the finding angel, so helps us to find things, whether it's a soulmate or even whether it's a lost object. And then Raphael is here saying, I am the healing angel, and I also love to delve into partnerships and to help balance. Raphael is very much an angel that's focused on balance, which of course is a skill that you need as the angel of healing, because healing is all about bringing things back into balance. So this is why Raphael is such an expert or a go-to angel when it comes to partnerships, because it's all about balancing. These two angels want you to know that actually the whole path that you've been on up until now in your life has been one in which the soulmates you attracted in the past, and yes, we all have more than one soulmate, by the way. The angels want us to be reminded of that. All of those soulmates were here to serve the purpose of you learning lessons that would help you to evolve in your awareness and availability to receive love at really, really full and new levels. Every single one, even where there was heartbreak, even where there were situations that felt like you seemingly made mistakes, the angels are saying, accept yourself, love yourself, and look back at those things and know that each of these meetings with these different souls were agreements that your souls made before this lifetime even, so that you could come into this life together and make a difference, make an impact that helped each of you be catalyzed towards a new perspective with the option to become closer to heaven. And now you have that. You have achieved that. So I'm seeing Raphael and Chamuel both smiling. I've got this like wink, nudge, smile, feeling like they've got this wonderful secret that they're just holding, like the cat that swallowed the canary kind of thing. And they're saying, you've got an amazing soulmate relationship ahead of you. You have an amazing opportunity of love ahead of you. And if you knew how wonderful it was, oh, you would run towards it, darling, they're saying. So I'm going to turn these cards over. Gosh, that sounds so good. I've got the tingles all over again. All right, this is wonderful. The first card that we have is a card called the Parrot Spirit card. And the parrot is a communicator and likes to mimic the words that come through. They like to mimic the sounds around them, and that helps them to communicate. This is a card that's all about shape-shifting, actually. And this is something that all human beings do throughout their lives. We shape-shift, and that's how we learned how to communicate when we were little babies. We parroted back the things that we heard around us, and that parroting back, or that mimicking, is actually shifting into the energy patterns of the people around us or the things that we see in our environment. So the parrot spirit is saying that it's really important to be aware of the energies that you are shifting into, the shape-shifting that's going on in your life. If there are energies or environments or relationships, let's say, that seem as if they sometimes just repeatedly pull you down, then you'll want to be really careful and be the one that holds space for the higher energy to be there. So in other words, instead of allowing yourself to mimic or match the energy patterns of those maybe lower situations that feel a little bit more negative or just not you, let other people come up to your level. You hold space for being that positive beam of light, or for holding space for the belief system or the perspective that you want in place, the positivity, that union with heaven, and let everything else come to you. And if there are relationships or environments or situations that need to fall away out of your life as a result of this changing, so be it, because that's actually taking you towards your soulmate. This change is propelling you towards something really important. So the next card that we have is really exciting. We've got the White Raven Spirit, and it's a card that tells us to trust in magic. Now, when we see the raven, This is a bird that has actually been associated with magic in cultures all over the world. Oftentimes the raven would be depicted as like the spirit guide with the white witch, the good witch, in other words, or with the shaman. And that's because these birds, these beings were considered to have the power of flight, the power to see things from these higher perspectives, to the extent that you see it from such a higher perspective that you allow yourself to be aware of all of the little synchronicities, all of the little ways in which the little invisible threads of life connect one situation to the next and one person to the next. So this card is telling you to trust in the synchronicities that start to show up in your life, number one, and also to use your inner magic. So the white raven appears to you because the white raven is saying, well, you've got the ability to fly, my dear. You've got an inner shaman inside of you. You've got an inner magician inside of you, an inner sorceress. So manifest, in other words, this next soulmate. Draw this person to you by praying for them or reaching out to the soul that you know has already agreed to be in your life in this true and incredible expression of love, and telling them, I welcome you. I can't wait to meet you. And I'm reaching out to you and I'm sending you a hug from afar. And I create space for you to be here by letting spirit transform my heart or teach me whatever lessons I need to make as a prerequisite for welcoming this wonderful relationship in. Now, your third and final card is the whale spirit. And the whale spirit is wonderful. I always get such a magical feeling from whales, because to think these beings who have been on the earth, by the way, a lot longer than human beings, that they can navigate this world with just their instinct. They migrate all over the world without a GPS. It's just incredible. To me, they're like the custodians of the earth with just this incredible ancient history. The whale spirit is a card that represents that trust, the same trust that they have in the flow of life, such that they can get to, the polar parts of the waters up to, Alaska, those kinds of areas, or maybe all the way down to places like, Hawaii, down closer to the equator. And they can do all of that every single year without the GPS. That's trust. That's aligning with the magic of life. And the angels are inviting you to trust that your soulmate is on the way, and that there are infinite possibilities for you to love in this life. And you've already begun by making yourself open to them. So thank you so much, Iris, for contributing your request today. Let's go and see who we want next. It looks like we have lots and lots of texts that are coming in. All right, let's go to, we have Carol. Carol is telling us that her friend Janet was recently diagnosed with breast cancer, and she's wondering what message the angels have for her healing. Thank you so much, Carol, for contributing this request. This is an issue that's near and dear to my heart. My mother passed away after an 11-year journey with breast cancer. And I know that, the journey of that particular illness is one that can actually have its blessings. It can actually be a thing that causes us to really gaze into the sacred. And the angels are saying this for Janet. They are saying, surrender your cares to us. Surrender your cares and worries to the divine, and trust that everything is going to be okay. And everything is. They're giving us this wash of reassurance around that. Everything is going to be perfectly okay. You're going to be just fine, sweetheart. You've got Archangel Raphael coming in and telling you this. They're saying that from an energy standpoint, as you heal this cancer, as your body learns to repattern and to rebalance, that it is actually purging out old systems of consciousness and relating with the world, wherein sometimes your giving energies and your receiving energies were imbalanced. And there is a little life lesson, a little bit of trust that's coming into this. The angels are saying the life lesson is we're trusting God now. We're trusting it so much that you're allowing yourself to receive at a very, very, very deep level, just to surrender to the universe, to the help and to the support that you're being given by others, such that you just allow yourself to be held in the bosom of God until you transform into this perfect healing There's a rebirth coming for you too, Janet. This beautiful, it's like a soulful rebirth. It's a body rebirth. It's a mental rebirth, certainly, because I know all of us that go through, cancer, it's a real process. It's such a thing to face, but you're going to do beautifully. Raphael is also handing you rainbows. And rainbow energy represents a couple of different things whenever Raphael gives it to us. It represents, on a physical level, usually the rainbows that are expressed in the earth by the way of the earth medicines that we're given, plants, the many fruits and herbs and vegetables and things like that show up for us. Human beings are meant to eat that rainbow, because that's how we get really pure energy to live and thrive off of. So the sunlight, it sends us rainbow energy, this full spectrum of light and energy down from the heavens. And then that energy sprouts right back up through the earth as these rainbow colors of medicines that we use to trigger the medicine that's already inside of our bodies that knows how to function in perfect health. And Janet, your body knows how to function in perfect health. And Raphael wants to remind you that these ancient foods that have evolved over time, again, the plants, the herbs, the fruits, these kinds of things, they've evolved with wisdom, and they'll remind your body what to do. So fill your body with these rainbows of love. Now, the other thing that the rainbow represents is brand new energy. It usually represents rebirth. You see this energy a lot around little babies, little children. And that's a really magical thing, because it represents, again, for you, that this is a rebirth. Raphael is saying, think positive, think in the light. Whenever there's even a little semblance of fear that pops into your mind, and we're human, so that's normal if fears pop in. Don't blame yourself or guilt yourself that you're thinking wrong and somehow that's contributing to, what's going on in your body, because that's 100% not the case at all. Raphael is saying instead, revel in the joy and the beauty and the glory of life. If ever a little fear pops in, give it back over to the angels, surrender it back to the angels, and ask them to replace the fear with prayer and with joy and with the divine truth. And then if you have to, even just completely distract yourself, find reasons to laugh, reasons to play, and then you'll be creating the most incredible spiritual container through which your body will transform and heal. So thank you so much, my dear, for showing us a little piece of your journey, and for letting the angels share with all of us this incredible ray of hope and miraculous transformation that you're going through now, my dear. And my prayers are going to be continuing with you. So thank you, Carol. Thank you for requesting that for Janet. All right, let's go to our next reading. Let's see. Let's go to another text. It looks like we've got a lot coming in. We've got one from Bonnie here. And let's see. Oh, her message disappeared. Let me just scroll back up and see if I can find it again. For some reason, it looks like we're supposed to go to our caller first. We'll go back to the other reading in a moment. So, hi, caller. Thank you so much for coming on today. If you could just share with us your name and maybe any questions that you have for us today.
Hi, my name's Dustin. And as far as questions go, I kind of would just like a better grasp on the direction I'm moving in life, the direction that I don't know that I'm moving in, but maybe in hopes of just feeling supported by Spirit, so I could be like, hey, Spirit, thanks for rolling with me. Something along those lines.
Oh, I love that. Thank you, Dustin. So as far as direction goes, okay, you definitely have a lot of support coming in. I feel Archangel Uriel and Michael with you, very strong. Uriel is amazing. Uriel is a big motivator angel and is the angel who helps us to see really clearly. He's the angel of light, so opens up our intellect, our mind, and helps us to see. And the message that's coming through right now is one that's actually a path into, I guess, a direction that they're giving us. And this direction actually feels like it's taking us to positive changes that want to come in the realm of your life purpose and career, and a whole arc of experiences that will come to you from that, including relationships and so many other wonderful things. So what Uriel is showing us for you is that discipline in your lifestyle is a practice that he would like to help you to integrate really beautifully, because he says that that discipline, or doing hard, consistent work on the self, is something that will just so beautifully add to your career path at this time and to make dreams come true. And this is amazing because Uriel says, let's start simply. He's saying, let's start by bringing discipline into every level of your being. So the mind, the body, and the spirit. He says at the level of the spirit, one of Uriel's favorite modes of discipline is to practice meditation, where for you, he's saying just practicing getting still and just observing your thoughts for, even if it's only 5 or 10 minutes of the day that you have time for, practice that meditation, get still, and just open your heart and let spirit in. And that's a discipline, really, to let our thoughts become still in that way, to keep observing them in that way without getting too attached to anything that wants to pull us down the stream of one thought or another. That's one discipline. The next that he shows us is a discipline of body. So he says that everything that you do in your life to move your body or to take really excellent care of your body, whether it's through food or any other things that just really uplift it, those things too are creating this wonderful space through which your whole mind and thinking processes will be changing. It's as if you are allowing yourself to become a more highly tuned instrument to let God work through you, or to, in other words, let your highest self and your dreams kind of work through you. So I pulled a couple of cards just to see what the angels wanted to do as far as which direction should we go into next. And this is amazing. We've got the King of Fire card as the first card to come through. These are the Angel Tarot cards by Radley Valentine, by the way. And the King of Fire is amazing because King of Fire represents motivation. It represents ambition and motivation and leadership. So this is a card that's saying, yes, it's time to focus. It's time to take action and to communicate with vision and to be a leader in your life. And they're saying, again, start with the simplest of things. If you can find a goal, no matter how simple or little it is, and, yes, have them for personal life things, but then also pick one, again, even if it's just little, for something that would be in the realm of career or a creative project, what you're doing, something that feels creative and feels really like, I believe in what I'm doing. I like this. It could even be volunteer work, whatever you want. Just pick one little goal and then focus on it and stick to it and almost use it like a ritual wherein you're saying, God, work through me. Just show me what can be done. Show me the amazing things that can be accomplished. That's awesome, because what that does is it takes us to the next card, which is the wheel card. And the wheel is a universal sign of moving forward. It represents an old stagnant situation. Like if there were situations in that area of life that seemed like, maybe they're not moving forward too much. There's not a lot of new stuff happening or coming in. I don't really have a place where I'm going right now. The wheel allows us to get where we need to go. It propels an object into motion. So it represents that stagnant energy is gone, and there is now a time of very positive change. And the wheel synchronistically actually asks us to go ahead and bring that energy into every area of life, change into every area. So again, change into the way that we treat the body, into the way that we discipline the mind and practice spiritual connecting, all areas of life. Let's go ahead and move them all forward. And that's happening now. The final card, I love this, is the Magician. So the Magician represents someone who's incredibly ready. You're receiving this amazing preparation right now, Dustin, to move your life in a direction of leadership when it comes to your career. I keep getting this feeling of independent projects coming up. So it's sort of like you're someone who has the power to not just maybe follow the role that, the job that you might have would tell you to do, or, follow the crowd or follow the beaten path kind of thing, just taking orders from someone else. And okay, I'm fulfilling that function. You have this higher ability, the angels are saying, to be a leader, to be sort of like the innovative thinker behind an idea and then say, you know what, I'm going to create something behind that. I'm going to create a work of art or a business or a something that will be this new movement forward. And your soul is craving that. It wants to be the leader. It's ready for that kind of confidence. That's what you were born to come here and experience. And I feel other people benefiting from it around you too, because in the future, as you follow this farther down the road, there are people that will be attracted to your cause or to what it is that you feel passionate about making and doing, and they'll be working for you or working with you to help uplift this whole idea. So the Magician says, You've got the readiness, the resources, the smarts, and the ability to manifest a new project or a new magical thing in a great way. And the universe is going to co-create that with you. So yeah, start with the little things, start with the lifestyle things, and then see which next assignments that Uriel and Michael, some of the angels in your big team, are going to guide you to do. Yay! Any questions or thoughts about that so far?
Honestly, if I had questions, I don't know where they are in my head, but in my heart, I think we're pretty good, for sure.
Awesome.
Thanks,
Awesome.
Angel Michael, Uriel, Sarah. Peace.
Yes, you are so welcome, Dustin. It was such an honor to connect with you, and I'm feeling Uriel saying I'll always be on your team. I'll always be on the team to get things done. So, yeah, get ready, buckle your seatbelt. There's going to be a lot of changes, but they come from the satisfaction of your own beautiful work. So have fun with that.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Alrighty.
All right. Well, it looks like you guys, I found Bonnie's message. It had flown away in my little feed that I'm looking at here, but we've got it now. So hi, Bonnie. Bonnie wrote in and she said, "Hi, Sarah. I've been through some physical pain and now trying to have a baby. Yay." She says, "Could it be forgiving my mom or my past childhood trauma and the loss of my dad that's the issue here?" So on the spiritual side of the issue. Interesting. She says, "I need help to resolve my pain and have been working to release my emotional blockage and negativity to forgive my inner child and the events around that." She's learning to trust the process and she's learning to be strong, and she's confused at this time, she says, on what she should do. She's wanting to bear a child and also wanting to find her true soul purpose. And she's looking for a sign. Oh, Bonnie, I'm so glad we got back to your message. I really think that this is one that was a message meant to come through for everybody to hear. So right away, I feel Archangel Gabriel around you as well. Again, angel who loves to watch over parents and children and over anything that involves healing things that go all the way back to our parents or back to our inner child. You also have with you Mother Mary. You have with you Archangel Jophiel. You have Raphael, and you have Michael. So you have a major entourage of guides around you. And I haven't even mentioned all of them because I'm seeing even more kind of coming in. So you must have been praying about this, which is wonderful because you've attracted a lot of divine support. That is so great. Archangel Raphael would kind of like to step up first for us. And he's just going ahead and doing a scan of your physical body. And he's telling us that he would actually like to give us some root messages with regard to uplifting your health from a physical standpoint first. And then he'll also give us guidance on the spiritual, mental side of that too. So what we're looking at in terms of the physical side first is he's saying that he would like to really help you with physical body detox that will in the end help to reduce inflammation throughout your body, inflammation of all kind. And that inflammation, as it's reduced, feels as if it's going into every part of the body, even unexpected places. It's going into muscles, going into joints, going into the structure of your alignment and all of these kinds of things. And it's reducing pain. It's helping you to feel really, really clear. And it's also a big benefit of it is it's increasing your energy levels. The angels are saying that if at any time you feel, maybe some temporary brain fog that can come in, or energy levels that feel a little bit unpredictable because of the physical stuff going on and the pain that happens sometimes, what the angels want you to know is that will clear itself. And again, the root issue that we want to start healing first, because everything is like a domino that falls to heal after that, Raphael says, is detox. Particularly where he wants to highlight detox from, he's saying heavy metals and any chemicals. Don't get worried about that at all. I think pretty much all of us in the modern world have probably come across, heavy metals and chemicals at some point in our lives. And that's just a common thing, and you can clear them out of your body. He's highly recommending greens, natural things in order to do this, to do a little research on this. I recently had a client tell me all about the medical medium who I just looked into and I absolutely love. So I'm going to refer you to looking at the medical medium's work to help Archangel Raphael deliver all of the rest of the physical body messages that he wants you to have. Because I'm kind of getting this sense that Raphael is going to send you volumes of information to get ready for this baby to come in. And you are going to be having a baby. Actually, Raphael shows that you have a little soul of a baby who has already signed up for you to be its mother. And that's assured. That's coming into your life. This soul is coming into your life one way or another in perfect divine timing. So now let's go ahead and look at the spiritual, emotional side of the healing. Yes, right away, Archangel Raphael and so many of the other angels here are showing that they're placing their hands all around your heart. They're channeling love deep into your heart right now. And they're saying that they've been helping your heart to open so that you are able to access old memories from childhood so that you can air them out, so that you can clear them out. And they're saying, yes, forgiving your mother, forgiving your father, that's part of it. That is a big part of it. We're seeing a little bit that one of the subconscious or underlying beliefs that is there in your childhood is a feeling of abandonment. And not just abandonment from your father because of the loss of your father, but also abandonment that feels as if it is there in the way that your mother related with you. In some way or another, there was just a subtle message that seemed as if it came through that had you sharing or multiplying in this feeling of, I'm not getting the support I need. It's not there for me right now. We are here to heal this. The angels are saying, we are here to heal this with you. They want you to know. And they want you to know that it's truly safe to heal this. It's truly safe to look into the little hidden corners and pockets of your heart and to talk to your inner child at this time in your life and to tell her that she is safe now, that she is well. And the angels are saying that forgiveness is something that we can do without needing the other person to say that they're sorry, without needing the other person to, change who they are. Forgiveness is something that we can do even if we don't agree with what that person did, because forgiveness is not, oh, now I agree with what you did and now it's okay for me. Forgiveness never sanctions, abuse or anything like that. Forgiveness simply says, I am not going to carry this hot burning coal of toxicity with me any longer. I choose no longer to allow this seeming pain to be my identity, because guess what? I'm so much more than that. The angels are saying that you are an infinite being. You are a being who is so much more powerful and infinite than you possibly can imagine. You are not your name. You are not your thoughts. You are not your story. You are God incarnate. And so therefore, the angels are reminding you very powerfully today, dear Bonnie, that you have the ability to overcome anything, that you can transform or create anything that you want because you are one with God. So they're really focusing in on this, and they're saying, yes, forgiveness is the doorway through which you prepare for the spiritual healing to occur. And that spiritual healing creates an empowerment that actually moves through all areas of your life, because what I'm seeing is all of your relationships in your life actually shifting just a little bit, such that the boundaries are different, such that the exchange of giving and receiving is a little bit different. And then all of a sudden, wow, now that you're in such alignment with harmony, because you have reached this aspect of your godhood, you have reached so far into your own heart that you've touched God, everything starts to flow better. Again, there's harmony moving into every aspect of life. And it creates this nice, cushy, safe, happy zone where your physical body wants to heal and the soul of your baby is saying, okay, great, Mom, I'm ready to come in now. That's exactly the environment that you and I agreed on at a soul level to prepare the way for me to come into this life. And you'll be in this wonderful, wonderful position to support this baby. And it's going to be such an amazing thing. So the angels are inviting you to do that. And oh my goodness, I just got the tingles again because Raphael just came back with a little synchronistic message. Raphael says, just like the message that we got earlier when we were on the phone with Dustin, which I think this is probably why actually, just law of attractions, funny synchronicities that come in, why we lost your reading for a second on the screen, Bonnie. And then the angel said, no, go to the caller first. And then we talked to Dustin was because you share in some of the same message. Raphael is saying, just like with Dustin, he wants you to work on all levels of being. So start healing yourself from the level of body, mind, and spirit all at the same time. focus on every single area at the same time. So sometimes doing just the simplest things, maybe uplifting or changing diet and lifestyle in an effort to help this detox, liver support, releasing of inflammation thing that's going on with your physical body, and how that is going to help all these other physical things going on. Sometimes doing that, moving the physical energy, starts to naturally move the emotional energy and move the spiritual energy. And then if you're angling from all these different perspectives at once, so it's like, okay, I'm supporting my spirit and my mind by way of moving the energy in my physical body, then, oh wow, I'm simultaneously supporting that movement of energy by supporting myself at the mental level and the spiritual level. So it's going to move my physical body. Everything moving and syncing in harmony at once. That's your best bet. That's your best approach. I'm seeing one of your angels pulling out a journal and saying, take time to journal. Archangel Chamuel is here, another additional guide, saying, go ahead and do some journaling and write a letter to your mother and write a letter to your father. Each of them gets a letter. And, kind of you can spiritually think that you're sending it, mailing it to their hearts in spirit form, and write down everything that you want them to know. And, through that letter, whatever you need to say, come to the conclusion at the end that says, I choose forgiveness. From now on, I choose to send you love. I choose forgiveness, and I choose to allow God to show me the consciousness or perspective that forgiveness affords me and allows me. And in so doing, what you're essentially doing, Bonnie, is opening your consciousness to miracle. Just by planting the intention, the seed of the intention to forgive, lets miracles happen through you. So that is your angel's message for you today. They are going to be with you, this big entourage that you have every step of the way. And if you ever want to talk to the spirit of your baby, this little soul that's already signed up to be in your life, ask Archangel Gabriel to help you. She's a great messenger. Gabriel will help to make sure that you get every little message across to the baby and get to feel a connection together. Wonderful. Let's go ahead and see. We're going to try to squeeze in another reading here. Okay, we have a reading request coming from Robert. Robert says, I've been on a journey for almost a year with discovering a new spiritual path. I'm curious if the angels can give me any input on if I'm in the right place and what area of study and practice is right for me at this time. I'm just looking for a little confirmation and direction. Thank you so much. Blessings for all the wonderful work that you do. Oh, thank you, Robert. That's so kind of you. Oh my gosh, this is such yet another synchronicity, because I'm feeling the angels saying the same thing for you, that there's this idea of disciplining or shifting or adding things into your lifestyle, Robert, at all levels of being. So at the level of body, mind, and spirit, there are approaches that you can take to propel your spiritual journey in such a powerful way, to really shift yourself in such a way that you're becoming a higher and lighter vessel or instrument of the presence of God. And in other words, if you're you're an instrument for the presence of God, then you're an instrument for the presence of love. And you're also an instrument for your happiness, for everything that you want, for everything that you could possibly want that would make you feel good in this life. So it's such an amazing thing. Right away, Robert, this is very mystical and interesting, but I'm feeling the angels show us that you have a very old soul with many lifetimes in which you've actually practiced different spiritual traditions before. And the one that we're seeing today, you've got Archangel Raziel here, who is the angel who loves to guide us through seeing our past lives. Raziel is showing us that you have a past lifetime in which it looks as if you are mastering some kind of physical art. It looks like a martial art or like a Tai Chi. I'm seeing all these really graceful body movements, and that this particular physical movement is, in this tradition that you're working in, considered a meditation as well. This is considered something that you're doing with your whole being at the level of body, mind, and spirit in order to let the presence of higher awareness in the same way that yoga does that, in the same way that so many things do that. So the angels are saying, find something that you can do that's also physical to help to just bring in, anchor in this higher awareness. So whether you want to choose yoga or Tai Chi or Qigong or some other kind of martial art or anything that you want, dance is another perfect example of this. Bring some kind of physical discipline in where you can offer it as a devotion to yourself, as a devotion to God, and as a devotion to the divine. And just say, through this movement, through what it is I'm disciplining and achieving with my body, let me understand God. Let me be an instrument or a piece of God through this. And so it will be, the angels are saying, and they'll guide you through it every step of the way. Wow, what a wonderful opportunity it's been to connect with all of you. The angels are guiding, since we've had so many of you call in, text in, and we weren't able to exactly get to everybody. The angels are guiding me to pull just one final card for the whole group, so that everybody who's got unanswered questions, whether you'd submitted them or you're just listening and you have something in your heart, we're going to pull a couple cards just to ask the angels what we all need to hear most right now. I pull cards right now from The Answer is Simple Oracle Card Deck by Sonia Choquette. And the first card is a card that says, thank God. Oh, it's a card about gratitude. So the angels are saying that their big theme for us today, through all of the messages that came through, was to focus on gratitude, to focus on blessings. Going all the way back to our very first reading in our time together today, this has all been about getting into a higher perspective, getting into higher consciousness, and then becoming a vessel of that higher consciousness and making room for it in our lifestyle and in everything that we want to transform, heal, uplift, or achieve. So the thank God part says focus on gratitude, you guys, in order to do that. Once you do that, that gratitude gets us into a very playful and naturally appreciative spirit that helps us to find fun and sparkle and joy everywhere we go, around every corner. Just the unexpected, the most unexpected things will bring you something to feel even more grateful for. So practice gratitude and thank God. Second card is accept love. Accept love. The angels are saying accept heaven's love, but also accept heaven's love through other people. The angels want all of us here and now today to know that they are going to be sending us their messages and their divine interventions through other people. That's one of the most common ways in which angels show up in our lives, is by moving through other people who are open to being, in some way of service. And you probably do that every day without even knowing it. So accept love and share it. The final card, oh my gosh, what a synchronicity, is share your gifts. So this is so amazing. We're accepting the love and then we're sharing it out. We're thanking in the very beginning of this card spread for the gratitude. We're thanking for the blessings that we have. We're accepting and receiving even more of them, and then we're sharing them out in the world. So share your gifts. The angels want many of you who have called in to know that you have very special gifts. There's a lot of people who are here in this little community we have in our angel party who have spiritual gifts, or who have a life purpose where you're meant to lead. You are meant to shine. You are meant to do something in this world. And you are literally lighting up your corner of the world and making the world a better place by sharing your gifts, no matter how small a gesture you might think it is that you're doing and sharing. So thank you all so much for connecting with me today. We have now come to the end of our time together. Remember that, of course, I'll be live every month on bringmetolife.com. bringing you spiritual discussions and our angel messages. So you guys can all call back in and send your requests in next month. You can mark your calendars for Thursday, March 21st at 12:30 p.m. Eastern for our next show, in which we'll be doing a little spiritual discussion on something called seeing in the dark. Seeing in the dark is a very magical, mysterious form of looking at your intuition and even looking at the shamanic kind of practice around intuition. So that will be really fun. I think it'll be a super magical discussion because it's actually happening the day after the equinox and a full moon. So I cannot wait to share in that magical energy with you. All of my podcasts, of course, are recorded for you all to listen to on Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, iHeartRadio, Spreaker, and Stitcher. And I'll be posting the YouTube and Spreaker links for this podcast on my social media pages again, if you'd all like to listen in or share it with a friend. So do keep in touch. And if you'd like to connect with me for a private angel reading or healing session, you can visit my website at sarahhall.com. Follow bringmetolife.com for more inspirational content, and know that all of my love and gratitude goes with you. Thank you so much. Bye.